Hi guys, so this is gonna be a different video, and I honestly, coming into this, I didn't know if I wanted to do this. I was I was heavily debating if I wanted to talk about this or not. But I feel like the more people that talk about it, the more opinions could be out there about this, and the fact that it may go on to help for future creators like myself. I'm going to be talking about YouTube today, and there's a lot to go into. But basically, the reason I wanted to do this was because we're pretty much close to 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of 2018, and already we have had two pretty significant YouTube scandals. Obviously, the first one, it literally happened, I believe, on New Year's Day, if I can recall. Which is the Logan Paul situation, which for some of you, I know that you've probably heard the story about 1,000,001 times, but a quick synopsis for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Logan Paul, who is a very big YouTuber on the channel, he used to be a Viner, now he's a YouTuber, 15 million subscribers as of me recording this video and the last time I ever checked, and he posted a very, very disturbing, disgusting, and really just, I don't even know why he would put this video out, but basically it was of him and his friends going to the suicide forest that is in Japan, and they ended up finding an actual dead body, and really were very disrespectful in their approach to how this all happened. They decided to film up close. I mean, it's hard to even, I've seen some clips from the video, and it seems like if they are shocked, it doesn't look like it's like horrified shock. It's like almost like a fun sort of a shock, which is weird to say, but that's my takeaway from how they reacted to the situation. And it was truly disgusting. I can't believe anyone would think that this would be an okay video to upload or even to film in general. Because the problem with that was that not only did he film this, he was there to witness this, but he also had to edit, he had to upload, he had to make the thumbnail, which, by the way, the blurred image of the body hanging from one of the trees was in the thumbnail. And I can't begin to express my anger and frustration of anyone who would think that this was okay to put on YouTube. But the other big scandal literally happened a few days ago at the time that I'm filming this video, and it was the Shane Dawson situation, where a particular channel called him out for a joke he made about 6 years ago. That was back in like 2012 or whatever, and basically saying that they had proof that Shane Dawson is a pedophile, which I'm a big Shane Dawson fan. I love Shane Dawson. And the fact being that he got called one of the worst things that anyone could be called, I found it shocking, and I couldn't understand why they would do this, but honestly, I mean, anyone could be thrown under the bus for something that seems so small, and I mean, it was just a crazy situation. I didn't even hear about these so-called pedophile rumors until Shane himself uploaded a video saying what had happened. I had no idea, but I was completely shocked by that. And then just all of this, plus all of the baggage that's been happening with YouTube over the past at least 2 years, it just makes me think, where is YouTube going right now? And what is YouTube as a company? What are they going to do about situations like this? Because for me, being a smaller YouTuber, seeing big YouTubers being affected by these sort of controversies, it does worry me for people like me who have very few subscribers. I mean, at this point, I have like about, 30 subscribers? But this is something that can affect big YouTubers. I mean, it's already affected everyone from PewDiePie, one of the most subscribed channels on the platform. It's affected him, it's affected Logan, it's affected Shane, it's affected everyone in either a big or a small piece. It's affected most of YouTube as a whole creator community. And I feel like and at the end of the day, my common opinion is that I feel like YouTuber just doesn't care about its creators anymore. I feel like YouTube is focusing too much on what the consumer really wants, and because of that, they're sacrificing the creators that got them to where they are today. I mean, YouTube is at this point about 13 years old. maybe a little less than 13 years old. And it's grown exponentially since it started becoming a recreational site to use on the internet. And the fact being that it's come to this, it's a little surprising, and it's worrisome for the future of YouTube as a whole. I mean, for any of you who don't know, a lot of YouTubers, big and small, but a lot of them kind of like in the middle between big and small, a lot of their channels have been getting heavily affected by demonetization, which is how YouTubers get their money through their videos. And I feel like it's like a thing I can't understand why some of these channels would be demonetized the way that they have been. Like, they can get flagged, well, not flagged, but they can be demonetized for something like having certain curse words or certain words in general in their video. Certain content can't be shown, or it can't be monetized anymore. A lot of news-based channels, like Philip DeFranco, for example, and one of my favorite recent channels, rhianaB, they have been affected heavily, to the point where Phil had to go to outside influence to help pay for his staff and for him to continue his YouTube channel. And then you have rhianaB, who's changed his content rather, I guess, radically in a sense compared to how he used to film. He doesn't show his face on camera anymore. He's very, very careful about what he actually shows in his videos because he's been getting very heavily demonetized for showing videos that tend to be a little bit more on the graphic side, or like the or like the scary side of YouTube. And I can't believe that that kind of stuff that has some sort of an informational or educational reasoning behind the videos, that those get demonetized when you have another controversy and situation YouTube's been going through, which is the YouTube Kids situation, where there are very, very inappropriate videos going on to YouTube Kids, which is meant to take away those offensive types of videos from children, from very young children. And the fact that they have like videos like, I don't want to go into full detail because there's a ton of stuff out there, but there's like, Elsa, Spider-Man, kid-friendly characters that are in very adult situations, and yet that is slipping through the cracks and making it onto a site that's meant for super young children. And that is troublesome, very highly troublesome. And this just goes to prove that YouTube needs to do a better job with their analytics and their algorithm, because it's not working right now. In my opinion, channels that shouldn't even be demonetized or attacked at all are the ones being attacked. When you have bigger problems like the videos that are going up on YouTube Kids, or stuff like Logan Paul, which, by the way, the Logan Paul situation, I'm going back to that again because I have a lot of frustration with how YouTube handled that situation in general. Recently, YouTube put out a Twitter comment talking about how they think that suicide is a very serious topic and it shouldn't be handled in a way that it was. Creators are expected to handle their content in very particular ways. And the part that just drove me insane when I read this on Twitter, because I do follow YouTube on Twitter, they said, "We acted accordingly." Those words literally wanted me to pull out my own hair. YouTube, you acted accordingly? How the hell did you act accordingly? First off, that video that Logan posted, it was trending on YouTube. It had been seen by over 6 million people in a span of 24 hours. You didn't even take down the video. Logan himself took down the video, and I guarantee if there was no backlash at all, or very little backlash, that video would still be up on your site as of right now. And you say to all of us that you acted accordingly? Do you mind explaining to us how you think that? Because honestly, I read that statement and it just reminded me to the first apology that Logan made on his Twitter account, which basically was, you know what, I didn't do this video to get views because I already get views, And then of course he ends the freaking video with a peace out emoji and a freaking Logan gang for life or some shit like that. I'm sorry. But YouTube, the whole Logan Paul situation, that is just as much on you as it was on Logan. Yes, Logan uploaded the video. Yes, he was stupid for doing a video like that. It was highly, highly disrespectful. On so many bad terms, was that a horrible, horrible thing for him to do. But the fact being that you did not do a single damn thing to fix the problem, until, like, what, a week after it happened? Because finally now you take his ads off Google Preferred and you've put a halt on his YouTube Red shows. You could have done so much more than that. Like, you could have taken down that video yourself, YouTube, addressed the situation for what it was. But my takeaway on how YouTube handled that situation was that they didn't want one of their golden boys to be ruined. Because Logan Paul, as much as I hate to admit it, him and his brother, they have gained a lot of attraction to the YouTube site because they have huge audiences. I don't see the appeal. They're not my thing. But I understand that every YouTuber have their communities and they have people that don't like them at all. But that does not excuse the fact that you have to protect their ass whenever they have done something really, really bad. You need to own up, be like a boss in a business establishment. If they do something wrong, you give them consequences. And if you don't, more of this stuff is going to happen because if they're big enough, they're going to get away with it. And then we go to the Shane Dawson situation. Again, I think more was done with the Shane incident, maybe because it came so soon after the Logan Paul situation that channel that uploaded that video was taken down. The channel itself is completely gone. And as I'm aware at this point, Shane has not lost any subscribers or he hasn't had huge dips. But the problem being is now that news is everywhere and people are talking about it. Like me, myself, I'm talking about it right now. It's a weird thing because YouTube is protecting their bigger creators, but at the same time, they're neglecting certain creators, both big and small, of certain, benefits, like the demonetization thing. Like, if you look at Philip DeFranco, he's got tons of subscribers. Not as much as Logan Paul, but he's got a lot of subscribers. He brings a lot of people to the channel, and yet he gets demonetized, and then Logan Paul barely gets a slap on the wrist. I mean, I can't understand why that happens. Because also, with something like this happening, with both Logan, with Shane, and I'm also going to go back to PewDiePie, whenever they do big mistakes, it reflects on YouTube as a whole, because a lot of people assume that YouTubers are all one and the same. That's not true, of course. If anyone who knows YouTube knows that that's definitely not the case. But outside people who don't know YouTube, that's what they're going to assume. That most YouTubers, especially big YouTubers, are troubled, that they can be, immature at times, they think they can do whatever they want, and it's definitely not true, but that's what's getting reflected, and because of that, things are going to start happening to other YouTubers, not just the ones who have been in the controversy, and that's so, so sad. It makes me just question if I myself, or anyone who's in a similar position like I am, who have not that many subscribers, if we ever get to a point where we get to a higher status on the YouTube scale, is that how we're going to be treated? Are we going to be blasted with demonetization? We can't make profit from our videos that we work so hard on to get done. We work so hard to get our channels to where they want to be, and we're going to get slapped with demonetization or very little respect from the YouTube company as a whole. I'm very, very concerned about the future of YouTube if this keeps continuing. And also, YouTube, I want to address to you, please, for the love of God, think about your creators. Your creators are what made you what you are today. So why are you turning your back on a number of YouTubers and maybe protecting some YouTubers that, in my opinion, shouldn't be protected as much? Why is this all happening? I can't begin to explain why that is. It's just, and this is the reason why I was very heavily debating if I wanted to do this video or not, because I'm very opinionated on this. I'm very frustrated, but I wanted to do it because I love YouTube. I love YouTube so much. And the fact that this site and multiple creators who don't deserve any backlash at all are being treated like crap. And I'm just concerned about YouTube as a whole. So YouTube, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video. I highly doubt you will. But if you do, please fix your algorithms. Please fix them so that this kind of stuff does not happen again. Disgusting content, as graphic as what Logan Paul did, that doesn't even get on the internet. Super defamation of character, like what happened with Shane Dawson, that stuff. Granted, you can't hold back opinions, and that's the problem. But if it's as hard as what that video was, try to your best to at least fix it or flag it. Do something to it, please. And make it possible for YouTubers to grow on your platform. It's hard enough as it is to gain any sort of a following on YouTube. It's very, very difficult. And it's just, I feel like YouTube, it's become so much of a hassle. And this is coming from someone who doesn't monetize her videos, who, doesn't make, and I don't make super complicated content. I really don't. It's just that it just scares me that if I ever get to a point where I could consider myself a YouTuber, that this is how I could be treated. And that's just, I feel like I'm repeating myself. It's just very troublesome to me. YouTube, you have a lot to fix on your site. So instead of trying to make yourself not look like the bad guy, how about you take a stand, fix your site, make it easier for both your creators and your consumers, and think about your creators. Because your creators bring in the audience. It's creators that have grown their career on your site that have brought a huge audience to you, have made you a lot of money. So please think about your creators and not just the big ones who bring in the most eyes to your channel. It's everyone, every creator that does anything, they bring in eyes to your site. So please think about your creators. Don't focus on big companies who want a piece of you. Don't think about TV stations who want to infiltrate your site. It's the original creators who make original content on YouTube. It's them who bring the most eyes. It's just, I really don't know what else to say. YouTube, you have a lot to make up for. You have a lot to fix. And the fact that this has gone on for about 2 years at least, it's starting to feel like it's never going to end. So please, make 2018. We've had a rough 2018 in the first 2 weeks. We've got the rest of the year to fix these problems and make YouTube a better place for both creators and consumers. So please, please just think about us. Think about us. And for those of you who are watching who are YouTube consumers, this is very important as well because this could affect creators that you know and love. A lot of creators have been changing their content a lot because of all of this. So please, your voice and your support for certain creators is really going to help them out. So whether it's someone like me, very small YouTuber, up to PewDiePie who has 50 million subscribers, supporting your favorite YouTubers, both big and small, that's what's going to help give YouTube the incentive to make the right choices based on creator and consumer content. So it's also something that you can do as well. And I'm only saying this and making this video because I care about YouTube and I want YouTube to be a creative, open place for people to express themselves because that's what I like to do on YouTube. I like to do the videos that I do, speak my mind when I want to, be myself. And that's why YouTube is such a great place. And that's why I'm so passionate, frustrated, and opinionated about these whole situations. So I think I said everything that I need to say. So thank you guys so much for listening. I kind of babbled on for a bit at the end there. I apologize for that, but I think that's all I have for you guys. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.